Hello all, welcome back. So today we'll be talking about profiling AL performance with Snapshot Debugger. That's a new feature in 2021 release wave 2. And sorry for not taking technical changes initially, but I'll try to mix them up based on the feedback that I've received. I'll start talking about the technical changes also. Now, if you haven't heard about Snapshot Debugger, that's a separate topic towards itself, and you can watch the recording. It's available in the BC Open Discussion playlist, where we in detail talked about Snapshot Debugger. But now let's see what's changed in terms of what is profiling, how you use it for the performance review on your code with Business Central 19. So what I've already done is I have already created a super bad code, and I call it super bad code because I'm a bad developer and I've written this code uh, without knowing how the performance will impact. Now I have added an action on the customer card which runs the super bad code. Now what the super bad code is, let's have a look. The super bad code totals everything, which means it totals a field from customer, then it adds one field values from vendor, and then same for the item, and then shows a message that this is the total of everything. Now, what are these fields? And that's where I become the bad developer. Um, while calculating the customer total, I start using the legacy method of using calci fields, which will surely slow down the performance. And then every time the calci field happen, because I'm coming from an NAV background where sometimes things may be slower down, let it sleep for 5 milliseconds and then keep on adding that into my written value, which then goes back to my calling function. Similar way I'm doing for vendor, and in a similar way I'm also doing it for item. Now this code, assume this code is already deployed on your customer environment, and he's complaining about the bad performance of this code. And let's quickly have a look what that means. When a customer comes to customer card and runs this bad code, the business center start to calculate all those values, and because it's a bad code, it's slowing down the performance of the system because it's taking a lot of time to calculate some values, which may or may not be the correct design of the solution that I've done, but now it goes into working on it, and then it shows you a message. And the complaint that customer have is it's taking very longer amount of time to do this calculation. Now, it might be a situation where you are not the developer for that extension, but you would like to analyze what happens when the run bad code executes, and you might not be able to see that code. So now let's do one thing is let's open a blank empty project, which is this. We just have the hello world file, and then we will initiate the snapshot debugger and see what enhancement has been done on the snapshot debugger. So a launch file contains configuration, and it can actually have multiple configuration. So if you haven't used a launch file other than a request type of launch, you should start looking at this button here, which may not be visible. So let me zoom this out. This button here called add configuration. So when you click on this button called add configuration, it gives you an option what kind of configuration you would like to add. And there are different options for that. At this moment, we are going to choose a snapshot debugging session on my own server because this is not my um, Business Central SaaS environment. This is my Docker environment, or you can also choose the cloud sandbox for or the cloud production in that case, because the snapshot debugger, the intent of building the snapshot debugger is to be used at a customer production environment in Business Central Online versions. But for now, I'll choose on your own server, and that will add a new file here, which will have a request type of snapshot initialize. I'll just copy the server name from my launch type request to my snapshot initialize request, and rest remains same. Now, once you have defined the configuration, you are at a point where you need to initialize your snapshot debug. How you do that? You need to go to Control Shift P and do a or search for snapshot debugging. You need to choose the initialized snapshot debugging. Let me zoom this in if it is not visible. Initialize snapshot debugging, and keep an eye on here. It says 0, and this is the area which shows you the snapshot debugging sessions that you have currently active. So once you initialize the snapshot debugging, this will show you a message in the output here that the snapshot debugger initialize request for the debugging context has been succeeded. Check the status of initialized snapshot by using the show all snapshot command or by clicking here. So you can, if you click here, you'll see that there's a session which is already started and it is waiting for the first user on that environment where you're connected to start taking a snapshot of the process that they are running. So now what I'll do is I'll maybe let me log out from here and sign in again. As soon as I sign in again, the client should show me that there is a snapshot debugging session that's being requested by the developer, and you should start the scenario that is being failing and needs troubleshooting. So as a user, I replicate my scenario by going into customer, selecting a customer card and clicking on run bad code. Now when I click on this, the code is executing as it's supposed to be, but the snapshot debugger is capturing a snapshot of the code that's running, and at the same time also snapshot debugger also gives you a flexibility to debug offline so that you don't have to pause the production environment in a Business Central SaaS environment. As I said about the SaaS environment only, but the snapshot debugger is not only limited to Business Central SaaS environment. You can also use it for your Business Central on-premise environment. And as I'm using it, you can also test it out on your Docker containers. So once your replication is done, replication is done, we'll hit OK. We'll come back to our Visual Studio Code. And at this point, I'll stop my snapshot debugging using the command finish snapshot debugging on the server. Now, before you do that, just keep an eye on here. This is right now only contain one snapshot.json, and let's do a snapshot debugging finish. As soon as I do a finish, it'll show you all the active snapshot sessions that are being active. Once you choose it, it'll download some zip file on your VS Code, which is this zip file. Now, I forgot to talk about this earlier, but there is this new property added, which is execution content. Now, this is the new property which lets you debug as well as profile, or if you just want to debug, you can change the value for this setting as debug. If you just want to do profile, then you can change it to profile. And if you want to do both, which is the default value, then let it be debug and profile. Now, I'm not going into the debugging capabilities because that's a feature which is already available. And if you want to talk about it, I'll be happy to talk about it. But there's already a session recorded on BC Open Discussion, so maybe you can watch that and understand this. But what I'm interested right now is the profiling part. So now the snapshot debugger have taken and captured the snapshot of the process. With Business Central 19, you can actually go and search for a profile, generate profile file. When you do a generate profile file, the VS Code will read the zip file that's downloaded and will show you this. This is the snapshot of all the code that executed during that snapshot debugging that you executed. The user clicked on it and different things. Start from an open company, login start, and things like that. It is also giving you total time in millisecond that's taken, the hit count, how many times this is being called, and what is the function name, which is here. The headers are not matching to the body, but the function name is here. The hit count is this, total time is this, and cell time in millisecond is this. Now, this is not something that we are looking for. So if we come down, the last action that we executed was that run bad code. So if I come down at the end, I should see something like this, run bad code, which is happening after the base application customer card, somebody clicked on an action. So when I see this, this is taking maximum amount of time to execute this process. And when I click on it, it'll also show me the sub methods, or the sub functions which are available in this function, and show me the different times that are spent while calling or calculating or executing those different functions. It'll also show me the extension that they belong to. So it was a read-only demo extension that I have this code part of. Just to keep your code as safe from Microsoft, if you click on it, it will not take you to the code. And that's super good because some ISVs don't want to expose their code, which makes complete sense. But it gives you an idea that, okay, this is the extension that is causing that problem. And the next action that I'll take at this point is try out just uninstalling that extension and seeing what the performance of it, which will be nothing because this action will be removed from there. But this gives you a heads up on where you need to look if it's your code, or if it's an ISV or an extension that you don't own, then you can redirect the request to the right person or the right company to fix that issue as you're seeing the bad performance of that code using the profile option in Business Central 2021 Release Wave 2 and higher. So hope that was useful, and do watch the snapshot debugging session. The video is already available on the PC Open discussion playlist, and let me know what you think about this feature. And then I'll see you tomorrow with another enhancement in Business Central 2021 Release Wave 2.